Shakira is trending once again, and this time the internet is buzzing with conversations about her latest photos that fans are calling bold, confident, and powerful. But if you truly understand Shakira's journey, you'll realize that boldness has always been part of her story, because from the very beginning she was never just another pop star chasing fame. She was a young girl with a unique voice, a different style, and a fearless energy that refused to blend in. And when her new photos started circulating online, timelines instantly filled with reactions, admiration, excitement, and endless commentary. Because whenever Shakira steps into the spotlight, it feels cinematic. It feels like a moment, not just a post, not just an image, but a statement. And what makes this trending wave so powerful is not only how she looks, but what she represents: resilience, reinvention, and global influence. Because over the years, Shakira has faced personal challenges, media scrutiny, public heartbreak, and intense spotlight. Yet every time the world thinks the noise might slow her down, she returns stronger, more confident, and more unapologetic. And that is exactly the energy people are seeing in her latest photos. Not just glamour, not just fashion, but a woman who knows her worth and is not afraid to show it. And in today's digital world, where every image is analyzed within seconds, confidence becomes a headline, and headlines travel faster than truth. But the deeper truth behind these viral photos is about growth, because Shakira is not the same artist she was 10 or even 5 years ago. She has evolved musically, emotionally, and personally, and evolution always attracts attention, especially when it happens in front of millions of followers. And as fans debate and celebrate online, one thing becomes clear: her presence still carries weight. Her name still commands global conversation. And that level of impact does not come from one viral post. It comes from decades of artistry, from world tours that filled stadiums, from songs that crossed language barriers, from performances that blended culture and rhythm in a way no one else could replicate. And now, when she shares something new, it feels layered with history, because people are not just looking at a photo, they are remembering a journey, remembering the iconic performances, the emotional lyrics, the moments that defined eras. And that nostalgia mixed with current confidence creates something powerful, something magnetic. And perhaps that is why the reaction feels so intense, because it combines past admiration with present surprise. And surprise is one of the strongest emotional triggers online, and Shakira understands emotion better than most artists. She built her career on emotion, on movement, on authenticity, and even in still images, that authenticity translates. Because true charisma cannot be staged, it radiates naturally, and as critics and supporters continue to discuss her latest look, what we are really witnessing is a masterclass in longevity, because staying relevant in entertainment for decades requires constant reinvention without losing your core identity. And Shakira has managed to do exactly that. She experiments, she adapts, but she never abandons who she truly is, and that balance is rare, especially in an industry that constantly pressures women to conform to shifting expectations. But Shakira has always defined her own expectations. She blends cultures, she crosses genres, she challenges norms. And that fearless approach extends beyond music into how she presents herself to the world. And when new photos go viral, they become symbols of independence, of artistic control, of someone who chooses visibility on her own terms rather than waiting for permission. And that choice is powerful, because in a world full of temporary trends, authenticity stands out. And as this moment continues to trend, it reminds us that true icons do not fade. Quietly, they evolve loudly, confidently, and unapologetically. And whether people are praising her style, debating her choices, or simply sharing her images in admiration, the conversation itself proves her influence remains strong. Because attention in today's era is currency, and Shakira continues to hold value in that currency without chasing controversy. She simply exists boldly, and that bold existence becomes news. And that news becomes viral, and that virality becomes another chapter in a legendary career that is still unfolding. And perhaps the most cinematic part of all is the timing, because reinvention always feels dramatic, especially when it follows personal storms, and storms often reveal strength, and strength is exactly what these new photos reflect: a woman standing firm, glowing with self-assurance, aware of her global reach and unafraid of public opinion. And in the end, this is not just about fashion or visuals. It is about narrative, about how an artist continues to write her own story in real time while millions watch, comment, and react. And that ongoing narrative keeps audiences emotionally invested. Because people do not just follow celebrities, they follow journeys, and Shakira's journey has been filled with rhythm, passion, heartbreak, triumph, and reinvention. And now, as the spotlight shines once again, it feels less like a random viral moment and more like a reminder that true star power does not disappear. It simply waits for the right moment to glow again. So if you enjoyed this dramatic and real cinematic breakdown of Shakira's latest trending moment, and you want more powerful stories behind the headlines told in an easy and engaging style, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because the next iconic story is already on its way.